Hey, morning everyone. Is the up? Where's Beef? Thank you for the alert. How's everyone doing this morning? I was sitting at my desk and I already had everything ready to go, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and start. So, what I'm doing. And of course, I realized the first model I put up here, I realized I forgot a bunch of stuff on. Darn it. Darn it. Got all of their gold junk in the front. Good. What else? This one? Of course. I'm gonna get that ready. I hope everyone had a good weekend. And no, I didn't stream yesterday. Yesterday was Monday, but during the summers, I now have my son, till Monday afternoon, and we were just hanging out, so. Hanging out. So I just got some work done off camera. As the human I am. How dare I do things without you guys? I believe I forgot one of these. This weekend was pretty cool. We had a fireworks day. What else? And the kids and we had fireworks day. We spent all day outside. Kids ran amok. At night, we had our own little fireworks, and then the town had theirs. It's not for 4th of July, it's for just like a town event thing, kind of like a carnival kind of thing. Town fair. So, pretty fun. Yeah, and then the rest of the weekend was pretty chill. Did video games with the child. Did some painting. Did some movie watching. Not too bad of a weekend at all. Pretty chill. Else had a pretty good weekend. Got any hobbying done? Feel free to post up some pictures. And spent quite a bit of time on these ladies this weekend, trying to catch up. Just trying to catch up. There's a lot to painting these. Every piece you see here has at the very minimum 3 different steps to it, so it just takes a while. At the very least 3 steps. Like the quickest thing to paint on this is the gold plate, and that's base, shade, highlight, light. Okay, yeah, no. So that's 4 steps. So yeah. It just takes a little bit. Paint scheme's nice. I really enjoy the look of them, but yeah, they take a little bit. And I do paint slow, but ugh, eyes aren't fully just yet. Either that or my glasses are really dirty. A hard time seeing. Oh yeah, no, my glasses are just really dirty. One of the girls had a playoff game last night, and it got really dusty out there. I came home, I took my pills, listened to something, and crashed. So I could clear my glasses. Ah, look at that, I can see. Oh no! Oh no! What I'm doing right now is I'm going through and I'm making all these little onyx gems. Sisters of Silence are pariahs, so I like the idea of them just covering themselves in onyx to kind of keep up with what they are, you know? I don't know if it's something they do or not, but I like the idea of it. There seems to be a lot of that style of thing in Warhammer. Symbolism. Hey, what is going on with my eyeballs today? Of course, the dog waits till camera's on. I'm painting to vigorously lick himself. Hey, Sig, how you doing? Been a minute. How are you, man? Great to see you. I never get to catch your streams, Sig. I think about that often. I'm like, man, Sig and Pun, I never get to catch their streams, ever. How are you? How are things? What you been working on lately? Feel good? Took a little break from everything for a while? Alright, well, I hope that was a good break and not a bad break. Everyone needs a break for a little bit. Definitely respect that. Kind of burnt out from the mecha. Oh, dude, you guys were going hard during that, so I can see that. You guys were constantly going hard on that, so I can see that. Started bad, but got much better. Oh, that's good. Glad the end result is better. Yeah, I was actually just thinking that the other day. I was like, man, I haven't seen those guys in a while. I don't know. I think it's because of when we do stream together, it's as a group. So I always think of you and Pun Expected as like a group. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, this streaming this coming Saturday even. Nice. And Pun is working, so he's off the grid for a bit. Ah, okay, so it's not just me being horrible. You guys are actually doing stuff. Oh. Wow, I don't feel so bad. Oh, it's good to see you, man. I'm glad that the break ended up being good for you. Sometimes this will be right. Me, I'm just getting a little, like, I want to paint something of mine right now. Like, that's my issue. But I'm also enjoying what I'm working on. So I'm enjoying painting these sisters. I really like how they're turning out. But I want to paint like my Admech, my Photan. I have this really awesome centaur from Parasite Collectibles that I really want to paint. I also have the guts from the anime Berserk that I printed out that I really want to paint. But clients first, right? Ooh, that was bad. The left eye is always difficult for me to get. There we go. Yeah, I've been getting in that too, though. Like, kind of want to. I'm not quite at burnout. I am tired of working on groups of stuff. I am tired of working on groups. I want to work on one thing. Like, Sig, look at this. Look at this freaking awesome sculpt. I haven't fully primed it. I had a drop of primer left in my cup, so I just primed what it could do because I don't want to waste it. But look at this centaur. Look at this magnificent beast. It's fucking awesome. I think centaurs are probably some of the, like, one of the coolest fucking, like, fae kind of creatures ever, and this is one of the most badass ones I've ever seen. I know this spear got a little curved. There's not really not much I can do about it that I know of. But yeah, this thing is so fucking cool. Can't wait to paint. It's gonna be a bit, but it's on the list. On the list of things to do. Literally everything else. I have Belisarius' Call in a box underneath my feet, and I'm like, I want to paint him so bad. But I told myself I'd only paint Call when I'm finally done with the Admech that I do have. And I don't have to adhere to that, but I think it makes sense. Yes, I am available for commissions. Also, there's some pretty cool stuff available at the shop. I don't know if I turned that timer off, but... one doesn't have actually a whole lot of orbs on her. Just fell victim to my own double vision there. Gosh. And no, I'm not doing Lego eyes, I'm doing void eyes, like just empty kind of a thing. So I promise I'm not doing Lego eyes. Yeah, work all, no problem. You do you, boo-boo. I don't expect people to show up for a little bit. I'm starting a whole hour early because I felt like it. I don't know if you guys have not wished Epic Duck a happy birthday yet this week. His birthday was yesterday. Make sure you guys go over to Epic Duck and wish him a happy belated birthday. Oh, okay. I need to redo her eye. We're actually getting to the point where the reference model, well, everything's caught up to the reference model, which means we're about ready to do like single model stuff, like you know, instead of batch painting. It's exciting for me. Oh my gosh, left eyes are the worst, or their right, my left. Just know whenever you get a model from me that the left eye is going to be a little wonky. I don't know why I just can't get in there. Let's start with the left eye. I don't like. I've always heard like turn the model upside down helps. I don't know. Must be getting hot out today because it's 9:30 and my air just turned on. And it's set at 76, I think. Yeah. So it must be getting hot out today. I need to get my printer up and running again. I had a pretty nasty fail and I just haven't had the heart to look at it for a bit. But I need to get it up and pumping again. Anyone else do that? Like when they have a pretty grotesque fail on their printer, they don't have the heart to go back to it for a little bit. Find it's a habit I'm forming. Hey, King Dick, thanks. How are you? I haven't seen you in a little bit. How are you? Thank you so much for the sub. 3 months. Thank you so much. That stuff really helps. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. But that's happened to you too? Yeah, I get a, like, it's got to be an exceptionally bad fail, which the one that's sitting on that, it's pretty bad. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's one of those ones I print out a lot. It's a bookmark. I haven't changed the file on that flash drive for the bookmark since I got it to start printing right. So it just had a random fail, like, you know, one of those times it just random fails. But it failed so spectacularly, like I just don't want to go back to it. Yeah, it was at the start of this month, and I just like I don't want to do it. Like, I was printing out extra bookmarks because it seems to be a popular thing people want from me. So I was just printing some so I have some in, you know, in backlog or something. And it just failed so like Owl printed fine. Then all of a sudden, the middle of the bookmark, gone. And then the end of the bookmark, yeah, it's there. It's like, what the fuck? It just failed so bad. And it's the first time it's ever done that. So, I don't know. No, I just didn't, like, you know, that means I'm gonna have to, like, purge and scrape and stuff. I just don't want to. Instead, I'm focusing on the sister commission, and then once I get these to a decent level, I'm gonna swap over to Doc Ock, and then do a bookmark, and then back to these girls. Got to do one of these things gold. Fun. Yeah, here. I haven't touched it at all. Haven't even cleaned off the build plate. I'm just like, man, I don't want to look at it. Actively ignore it. How are you? How are things? I was actually thinking about something. How are you with animations? Might, if you can do them, I might one day when I have more money to hire people to do stuff for the channel. I have an idea. Meh, I'm alive. I haven't done too many animations. I technically animated a few things, but they weren't very difficult. Yeah, I don't know how difficult animations are. Like that's one of the realms of stuff I know literally nothing about. Um, which I mean that's a lot of stuff I don't know about. I have an idea for the Screaming Sea mascot. Um, I have an idea to incorporate that into my actual Catmaster Studios logo, like my official logo here. I have an idea to animate it and to incorporate it and make it a thing. Hey, JJ. Yeah, yeah. Hey. So basically, let's get some visual cues out here. A bag of sticks. End up having a bigger problem I thought. Alright, we'll just use you. Where my big bag of stickers is. That's unsettling. Anyways. Oh. Hang on. Let me figure out what I do with my... There it is. Okay. Because I have an idea, alright? Yes! So I have an idea, right? I've been thinking about this. Because I don't ever plan on stopping streaming. I enjoy this. I enjoy hanging out with people. So, make things a little more fun for you guys. So, you know, here's my normal logo, right? Here's the Screaming Sea. Which I need to come up with a name other than mascot for him. But, so, I can't quite settle on how I want to exactly like the order, but basically either the Screaming Sea is going to start first. It'll be like it'll be on a black screen. He'll just be like ah, and then all of a sudden he'll and then all the letters will just like, except for the O, there's not going to be an O, so all the letters will just like pour out of his mouth and kind of start bouncing into order, and then, you know, he'll settle and then he'll like sneeze or something, and then, or like spit, and that'll be the red paint that hits here, and then he'll turn into a normal C. Does that make sense? You know? So he'll be like terrorizing, vomit up all the words, because I am basically just word vomit. He'll vomit up all the words, and then the last thing, he'll spit out the O, which is the red paint splatter. Then he'll turn into a normal C. That was the other option, babe. That was the other option, having it eat everything. But then I was like, how am I gonna do the paint splatter if I do that? Because I thought about that too. Like having it start off at Catmaster Studios, then the sea like shakes and turns into the mascot, and then goes. Like that was the two things. Either he vomits out the words, or he eats everything. But I don't know how to do the paint splatter for the O. You know? If I do that. Yeah, no problem, JJ. Probably pretty simple for someone who can animate, but I think it's too difficult for you. Fair enough. I know nothing. Like, I literally know nothing about animation and how difficult or easy it is. But it's just one of those things. Like, it would be fun to do that. You know, I think it would be kind of a fun way to start each stream. Have a little video that plays like that. Well, of course I'm going to ask you. You made my video. Why wouldn't I ask you? You're the first person I thought of. I forgot I need to fix this. But good morning, babe. How are you? I started early because I was at the desk and ready, and everything. So if I missed something, I did miss something. Sorry. Did you actually sleep in today? Wow. But obviously, before I do something like that, like I want to get the cap bags in order, or the cap sacks, and to start out, so I'm not waiting on somebody. I think I'm gonna go ahead and order the bags off Amazon first, and then eventually maybe Dio can come up with something cheap so we can use local means rather than, you know, getting stuff off Amazon. Yeah, so I want to get that done first, and to do that, I need to finish pricing out the new stickers whenever I have money to use again. I'm wanting to have the cap sacks completely ready to buy and available for everyone to buy before fall or around fall time. That way you can buy it for Christmas and stuff like that, you know. Okay, I need food, be back soon. Yeah, no problem. I do have a bunch of the Screaming Seas up there, like chilling. They're all magnetized to my microphone stand. Process of bash painting up a couple of them. Just so when these commissions are done, I can send them out. Don't have a whole lot on them, dude. And tomorrow I'm gonna be hanging out with Brush. And he's willing to try again. We're gonna be hanging out tomorrow. Haven't hung out in a bit, and it's Fabulous Marine, so why not, right? All at the end of this. Food obtained. What'd you grab? Supposed to stream with Brush at some point too, but I keep fucking it up. I don't think fucking it up is the word for that. I think, you know, other things pop up. You don't need to be so harsh on yourself. I don't think fucking it up is you know, don't need to be that harsh on yourself. Fucking it up would be like every time that I stream with Brush, some stupidly dramatic thing happens, and either I piss somebody off or someone gets pissed off, or, you know, intrusive, or some drama shit always happens whenever I stream with Brush. Just like always inviting assholes to say shit. Just coffee, a bagel, and some cheese. Ooh. I haven't had bagels in a while in the house. Bagels and cream cheese are like the shit. But one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese bagels. And that's the only thing only breakfast sandwich I would ever get from anywhere. But I don't really. I love breakfast food. I love breakfast food, but I don't ever want to eat that much in the morning. You know, like I started putting a scoop of Slim Fast Shake or whatever in my coffee instead of creamer, just so I have like nutrition in the morning. And that's about it. I don't eat it in the morning. I don't know. I love breakfast stuff, but I just eating right when you get up, it's always throwing me off. Thought about making a breakfast sandwich, but I don't got the brazen for it. I also use a protein shake instead of milk in my coffee. Yeah. It's just, to me, it's just having anything more than that is just, it's just too much for me in the morning. Too much. If I want anything extra, I usually try to go for an apple or something. I do like oatmeal though, and you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I like brown sugar. Maple brown sugar oatmeal. But again, like I don't really like eating in the morning. Brain. Finger's not working. You're like me. Barnes and I sometimes will text, right? And well, not sometimes. We text every day, but like you can tell one of us has just an off day because it takes us 30 different tries to type out one word, and it's just funny. And that's what that reminds me of. Is just us attempting to human. Yeah, I might make a fruit smoothie. That's too much work for me. That's too much going on. I don't know. I guess I've probably just gotten the routine of just waking up and doing it, like taking the dog out, making my coffee, washing my face, you know, and setting up here. That doing anything other than that every morning is just too much. Like, it's like, I'm comfortable where I'm at. Took me a while to get this routine. Because no matter what time of day I wake up, if I had a rough night's sleep and it took me a while to wake up, that's what I do. Like, that's the routine. The only variation of that routine is if I'm just not hobbying that day. I'll sit in my chair and drink my coffee and watch something. That's actually, it's usually I'm at least at the desk. I really like the way these cloaks turned out. And I'm having to go over this weekend and redo all of the cloaks, because the purple I originally chose for the undertones and the shadow, it just was too light. I used Bruised Ego underneath, and it didn't look bad, but it just wasn't hitting right, you know? So I repainted them all this weekend. And went with Chromomancer purple, then Badlands brown, and then McCanny red. I think that turned out a lot better. So then I had to update my recipe list. Also, everyone, if you didn't know, Barnes' birthday is in 3 days. That it. I'm just gonna be 34. Yeah, 34. Woo! And like, and because she's given me bad habits, I've already given her gifts. Thanks what? Hey, Pete. Been a while. How are you, Pete? Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen you around. Hopefully everything's okay. Why can I not see this? Man, my eyes are just doing some weird shit today. Hanging on, but only just. Well, how? I mean, if you need to talk about something, go for it. This is a safe space for all. Not just about LGBTQ. He got you. Good to see you, though. Glad you're still hanging on. And then out of hospital. Oh, no, Pete, I'm sorry. Hope everything's getting better, at least. I know all about going in and out of the hospital too much. Obviously for different reasons. Hopefully none of your stuff is super mentally doing good. Well, that's good. That's something, right? We can be happy about that. You got someone with you to at least be in your corner during all this? All my hospital stuff, it always helps having someone in your corner. I mean, I would say a good 80% of the time, 85% of the time I've been in the hospital, it's all been by myself though. Nope, escorts cost too much? Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've done most of my hospital visits by myself. And it's honestly it's disheartening. So I feel you. And then when someone finds out you're in the hospital, then it's like, oh well, I gotta be. They're like, oh, they make it about themselves if they show up. You know, look at me, I'm a good person. And so I just don't. Or they use that, well, I helped you that time. Do 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 do. Alright. That should do it for the black. Now I need to typewriter this. Back from whence you came. I think this cloak, this combination cloak is probably my favorite. Looks the best to my. Alright, things getting better health-wise though. Like, not in danger anymore. Hope so. Michaela just called you and she's 10 feet. What she called you about? What would she have to call you about? To like bring her some water or something? Do you want cereal? Sounds about right. To tell her that you'll only get her cereal if she goes and gives her sisters hugs. That's a special kind of torture for Michaela. In the room next to me, bro. I know. I'm aware. You should tell her the only way you'll get her cereal is if she goes and hugs her sisters. And then, see, at that point, you'll already be standing up. And probably upstairs. No, because then she has to go upstairs, which is also... Yeah, exactly. That's... See, now you're picking up when I'm laying down here. Oh my god, what is going on? Ad warning, guys. In about 3 minutes, there's going to be that 30-second ad, during which I will not be talking or responding to chat. That way people who are not subscribed do not feel left out. I don't know where I got it, but I got this nice little bruise going on here. I don't know if it's from a bite or not, which is why you see I marked the edges of it, so that way if it grows, I'll know. Yeah, I know when I was washing my face this morning, I was like, the heck? It's like, what the heck is that from? So, marked it, make sure. If it grows any more, then we'll know. I got bit by something or something, I don't know. Random bruise, fam. I know, right? Yeah, that one's in a weird spot, though. I definitely did not hit that on anything. And it is just a random circle in an odd place in my forearm, so it's got to be a bite of some kind, so and we'll see. Bruce fam. So in the saga of the other week where I told you guys my mom called me and was bitching about my son, I asked Cody. I was like, so what was going on that weekend? Because Grandma and I are now mad at each other because of whatever she was talking about. And I was like, was it just the fact that there was some random kid there? He's like, yeah, I don't, and he's like, yeah, I didn't know him. I met him one other time. I'm like, all right, do you even know the kid's name? He's like, no. Like, I don't know him. I'm like, yeah, so yeah, that makes sense. You didn't know him, and she invited some random dude over to your house, or over to her house, and made you stay with him for the weekend. So yeah, it was pretty funny. Alright guys, ad's about to start. I'll be right back. Really, one right there? Miss it on both of these? Motherfucker. Ah. That's awful. Alright, everyone should be back from the ads. What did I miss? I missed, so there's these little, like on the top of this one, there's these little medallions that keep the fur on. And on both of this version of this model, there's two of them, I missed the one that's right next to the ear in everything I did. So I gotta bold them, highlight them. Get the onyx on there. Then do the onyx highlight. It's a small thing, but I still missed it. But for context, what I was talking about before the ad, so a week ago, my mom called me wanting to complain about my son Cody. Because a month prior, she had him. And I don't know why she waited a month to tell me about it. You want to know, actually, the reason why she waited a month to tell me about it is because I didn't know she had him. It was during what was supposed to be one of my weekends. So, you know, she waited a month to tell me to complain about it so I wouldn't be upset. It's usually what happens anyways. So she called me to complain about my son. And she's like, well, this, you know, one time at one of the church things that I had him go to with me, he met this boy and they got along. Oh, hey. Hi, Mo, thank you so much for the sub. 10 months. 10 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. But yeah, she's like, you know, at one of the church events I made him to go to, like, you know, like 7 months ago or something like that. Like, it's been a bit. He met this boy and they got along really great. Okay, now let's put this in perspective. He met a child. He met another kid younger than him at a church event where he knew literally nobody. And they both played video games, so they talked briefly about video games. Yeah. My mom then last month invited this random kid that my son does not know over to stay a weekend with her. And then had my son over and like forced a play date on him where he was spending the night with this random kid. And then obviously told him not to tell me about it. So my son acted weird all weekend. He was uncomfortable. He didn't know the kid. Nothing like that. And of course, you know, my mom didn't understand this for some reason because she's a fucking idiot. She didn't understand this and then wanted to call me and complain about it. Well, I gave her an earful and she didn't like that. She, I tried to talk to her calmly about it, but she kept interrupting me, trying to claim that she wasn't doing that stuff. But, what? So, you know, got into a tizzy about it. And so I asked my son about it when I picked him up Friday. And he's like, I don't even know that kid's name. Like, we're not friends. I'm like, have you played video games with him at all? He's like, no. I met him, I think, once. And then... So not only was he told not to tell me about it, which always puts him in a weird spot. He doesn't like that. He's not a kid that likes to lie like that. He just doesn't. And then told the lie to his dad, then also forced into sleeping over with this random kid that's like, I think 2 or 3 years younger than him. Which for my son's age, that's a lot. That's a few years, you know? Like he's about to be 10. 2 or 3 years, it makes a difference at that age. And then, we were laughing about that, and he's like, yeah, I still don't know his name, and we don't talk, and I told him that, you know, I don't like lying to my son, and honestly, like, you know, his grandma pissed me off, so I told him, like, yeah, your grandma and I got mad about it, because she wanted to get mad at you. She wanted me to have a talking to you about how you acted that weekend. I told her she was wrong because you didn't know this person. He's like, yeah, I don't know who he was. I still don't know his name. So we laughed for a good 15 minutes about it. Really does. What really? Oh yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Like, fucking dumb. Like, why would you do that? Forcing. He's like, he was so, you know, he didn't play with the kid. He didn't love. And she like kept going. I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, he doesn't know him. Honestly, I think she led in the toys of our parent. The lead in the toys of our parent growing up has really fucked with them. I think the lead. Oh, I honestly, I just think they are entitled pieces of shit. Selfish, self-absorbed, and entitled. It's almost every fucking grandparent I've ever met in my entire life. Very seldom have I met a grandparent who isn't entitled. And I will never be that way. Ever. Ever. If I ever become a grandparent, which I might not, who knows. Don't really care. The only thing I will ask of my children, or my grandchildren, call me Pops, please. Like, that's the only thing I want. Call me Pops, please. Yeah, not into deep thinking right now. Just finished up getting my brain spindled, folding, and stirred. Oh no, what happened, Tremo? You okay? Yeah, I just thought it was funny. Is my son had no idea who this kid was. Because I was like, my mom made it sound like, oh yeah, they were the best of friends. I was like, I've never even heard my son talk about this kid. Not once. Ah, yes. Okay, yep, I gotcha. Yeah, fuck. I, I don't. I'd rather talk to you guys than do that. I know sometimes it's needed. People would probably argue that sometimes I still need it, but I'd rather just down chat with everyone here rather than do that. I, I kudos to you for giving it a shot. Seriously, because no, thank you. Oh my god. Group therapy, you force around a bunch of people to talk about shit. You know, a bunch of people you don't know, you've never talked to before, just to fucking talk about some shit. Nah, no thank you. Oh, thank you. Now, talking with like one person and telling your stories and stuff, that's a little different. I'm a little more comfortable with that, but I'm not gonna sit down with a bunch of random people I've never talked to before and open up about some like deep shit, you know? I'm just not doing that. Doesn't make me comfortable. But you know, some people it might, you know. Some people it could help. I don't mind swapping stories with a bunch of people, but having a full-blown therapy session with a bunch of people, no thank you. I will opt out of that. Story swapping, perfectly fine. Therapy, not so much. Yes, fab. JJ, how was your weekend? We're almost to we're at 96%, guys. 96%. Awesome. And I do actually encourage you guys to donate to like other streamers other than myself, because they're putting in a ton of work and, you know, doing raffles, giveaways, and or eating cursed stuff. Like I would encourage you to donate to people who are doing stuff like that over donating to me, because you'll have more fun with it. Of course, all donations are all donations are welcome, right? Like, I'm not gonna say no, but if you want to really get a little more bang for your buck as far as donations go, I would go towards the streamers who invested a little bit more than I have this year, because, you know, they've put a lot of time and effort and money and stuff into doing that stuff. those I know Zambies, Brush for Hire, and there's Giggling Geekette, and a couple other people have some really good stuff going on for Fabulous Marines this year. So I would donate via them. And if there's anyone else doing some like cool stuff this year, let me know so I can include them into my little deal there. Crazy. We still have like what 10, 11 days left, and we're at 96% of the $10,000 goal. That's awesome. Fucking awesome. Again, Fabulous Marines is to help people, you know, to help kids who are in the LGBTQ plus you know, community who, you know, would rather unalive themselves than continue on. And you know, the Trevor Project is geared towards trying to show those kids that it's not worth it. Don't do that. And I know that's a very layman's way of saying it, but I don't, like, you know, I have very close and very I have a very intimate relationship with, you know, suicide and suicide prevention, so I try not to get too crazy into it. What up, Altair? Trevor Project is good stuff. You bet it is. Altair, how you doing, man? How was your weekend? Back from New York? Yeah, no problem, sick. Hopefully work call went alright. Just bringing all this onyx to life here. Yeah, I like the idea of the Sisters of Silence, who are all about being pariahs, which mean void magic and stuff just does not work around them. They're just an empty vessel kind of a thing. So I like the idea of them just being covered in onyx, because onyx is kind of like a void. You know? I like the idea of it. I'm doing it. The cat has apparently eaten all of Kaylee's drinks. What? I'm doing good. Gonna be painting a bit later today since it's not as hot as usual today. We're meant to get 88. Not too bad. My air is already kicked on twice today, and it's only 10:30. My air, to let you guys know, is set at 75 or 76 right now, so not like incredibly turned on, but it's already kicked on twice since I've been awake, and that's early. Would not be surprised to find paw prints on the ceiling at this point. Yeah. How'd the cat get into energy drinks like that? Like, so what, they got into, is it a powder form, or did they just like open up a can and start drinking it? Like, what happened? How does that work? At some point, I need to evaluate my Night Haunt. I'm gonna redo them with ruby gem weapons. Nice. And I just like I saw these like orbs all over them, right? And I just thought, you know, this paint scheme, I think this would work pretty well. So I went for it. Got to do. Yeah. What the heck, man? I am forgetting so much shit. I don't know. In my little headcanon is maybe the Onyx helps them. I don't know. Let's see. Was intended as a humorous comment on how hyperactive. Oh, gotcha, Tremo. Gotcha. I thought you meant they actually like got into energy drinks. So I was like, oh no, that's gonna explode. It's been okay. Just got the image of cats snorting powder. Yeah, that's on. Like I was thinking, it's like, what if they get into like some G fuel and just go, just like Scarface into some G fuel. I know Icky and Kaylee are two different people. I was thinking like maybe you like had a stockpile of energy drinks you were gonna ship to Kaylee or something. It was serious for a sec, yeah. Bad case of the zoomies. As hard as it can be to tell some nights. No, I just figured that you had like a stockpile of energy drinks to ship to Kaylee or something. Up my coffee here. I always pour a little bit of water to get the last of the powder stuff out. I know May the 4th was, you know, last month. So I missed my opportunity to paint this dude. But before the next season of Mandalorian comes out, I want to paint this thing up. This little, look at this fucking cute thing. Look at it. Yeah, I know May the 4th's already gone, which that would have been a good time to paint that, but I got too much stuff. How do you get one? We got this from Impact Miniatures at Adepticon. So I'm sure you could get it from Impact Miniatures. I don't know what license they got that from, but that's where we got it. I'm still resisting getting into Shannon Point and probably fail next time I head up towards Kaylee. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I like Star Wars. Star Wars is great. But I think I'd probably get into the Lord of the Rings game before I ever got into the Star Wars game. Just because, like, I already have the sci-fi shooting stuff in 40K. You know, whenever I've been starting to try to watch videos on how to play the new edition that just came out like this month. I've been trying to understand some stuff. But yeah, I think, you know, they already have a sci-fi shooty thing. I want another one. maybe I'll go for it, but Data Point looks fun. I honestly have no idea. I haven't had any inkling towards going. Like, Star Wars is great. I love the look of stormtroopers and clone troopers and stuff like that. Just never wanted to Revenge of the Sixth. Which one's the 6th? But May 6th. Who's there? Who's there, JJ? Little old lady who? Ah, alright, I like that one. You know, I think I've heard that one like a long time ago, but I had no, I was not prepared. That's funny. Lady who? Nice. Quality. Almost have time. One to turn out. How am I missing so much? Look at it. I missed a whole thing over here. Who's there? Oh, it's here. Who? You're an owl? Guys, I need to learn how to play one of these games. I'm gonna redo that. Hey Barnes, are you still listening in? Jokes! Learn to play Infinity? No, thank you. Yeah, no, JJ, I agree. Because I have two forces for him, I need to learn how to play Kill Team. I even have battle mats for him. Like, I have enough stuff to play Kill Team with Votan and Admech. I have dice. I have battle mats. I have I can make terrain enough terrain for it easy. I can just use bits and bobs for now. Like I need to learn the new stuff. The face down camera. There's one right here. I mean, there's not enough room here for the full scale, but the new kill team you don't know. Yeah, that's. I mean, I was waiting to really learn stuff till this all dropped because, well, there's no point in learning the old ways. You know 40k already? Didn't it just dropped. Do you have a spot to mount it above a game table? I can't. I mean, I could Jimmy rig some shit. Because, actually, ooh. Because there's something I'm wanting to do this month. The next thing I sell, or the next payout, or this next month, whatever happens first. I'm getting a new camera arm because the shaky, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. So then that'll free up this gooseneck arm for putting it over top of like my fold-out table or something. Rule shifts aren't that extensive? Okay. The basic... Jesus. It must be a hot one out today. My air just turned down again. My god. I don't really change the details. I can set up a table and run a camera while we're on a Discord call. Not saying I've mastered 10th edition, but I'm solid on the basic stuff. That could work. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we got a bunch of people interested in doing it. That would be kind of fun. Because I need a platform where I can ask questions and have people dumb it down for me, because I've been trying so hard to listen to this Tabletop Tactics, I think is who I've been listening to, or Vanguard Tactics, and they put out like, hey, for new people trying to get in 10th edition, here's this like breakdown, like kitty style breakdown. And I've been listening to it, and I just need clarification on stuff. I just need to be able to ask questions, and I need to have that back and forth for me to learn anything. Like, the video is great. I just I'm stupid. Okay. And now, like, and the other thing is, I don't have an actual, like, I got a 3D printer, but I don't have something I can print out the rules on. So, yeah, that's also a problem for me. I need to have it physically in hand. Holy fuck. Would you just... Thank you. My fucking god. What is with this model and me getting stuff right? This is awful. Like the difference between within and wholly within? Huh? What, is that part of the game, within and wholly within? Yeah, I was like trying to figure out, like, I listened to it like 6 times about how to tell what hits on 3s or 4s or whatever. Like, well, their save is this and this saves this, so that means you need this. And I'm like, where'd they get that number from? Like, I've heard it 1,000 times. I've watched a bunch of battle reports. I've looked at how to this, blah blah blah, and people break it down. I'm just like, what? It's like, it hits this, and then it hits this. So that means you need this. I'm like, where did that number come from? It doesn't make any sense. So, you know, and that's because I'm dumb. So, you know. It's stuff like that I just need someone to Barnify it. You know, I need someone to Barney me, you know? Because it's tough for me to grasp things. It is. It's just tough. I struggle. One might say that I am dense. And I get stressed out. Yeah, could swing 2. Like there's, I don't know, brain's still resetting. Fair enough. This is a chance to attract more people to the game, which means more people to play with at Adepticon. Yeah, I mean, Sig, Altier, JJ, if we want to set up like a stream day where we try to figure that out, I'm all for it. Like I said, I would like to get the new stream arm, but yeah, I mean, or just a simple Discord call, whatever. The game I'm preferring over 40k is Dead Zone by Mantic. Similar game, but the rules are much easier to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to learn the actual 40k stuff, the at least Kill Team Combat Patrol or whatever it's called. Like, I'm trying to learn that because that's what's played by me, and you know, I have those models. Which I know, you know, games can be model agnostic. I just, you know, if I want to make new friends. And yes, I know the plumes on these last two. This model needs a ton of work still. Like, I haven't done the fires, I haven't done nothing. Like, these last two are like special models that are gonna require a lot of work. Wholly within are two things. There are a difference, and it matters. Okay, play with 40k minis. I have all of them, and I've played most of them, so I can still break it down and teach it. All right, fair enough. That was proxy. Altier, you are really trying here for this infinity thing. Every time you're in here, hey Cap, infinity. Yeah, and I'm up for doing 40k at any point when you're up 4k. All right. Yeah, I need to learn. Oh my god, another thing I fucking forgot. Yeah, and I keep talking about it. I've been talking about it for the last year and some change, and finally getting to a point where I think I have enough to at least do Kill Team. Not painted, obviously, because I only did reference models for Votann. There's only, what, three models painted for Votann? 4? So, I don't, you know, that's not enough to do a Kill Team, but this Infinity's awesome. I believe you. Infinity's another game that looks better than 40k, but I don't know that one as much. Battle Birds. I agree they need more press, but Battle Bird. Is Infinity like is it as a grand of a scale, or is it like the smaller 40k stuff? Like, does it get to the 2,000 point craziness type thing, or is it more Kill Team and combat? Okay, scalable. Okay. Here's model scaled like 40k, but is more scrimmers size. I understand it. More cyberpunk theme instead of grimdark. Yeah, I've seen the models. Obviously, Altier's obsessed with it, so we've seen the models. Keeps telling me he wants me to paint them. Hey, look at this! You should get it. You should get it. You should paint it. You should paint it. You should play it. You should pay it. And one day maybe I will, Altier. Very cool, and I have several of the minis for it. I have the rule book around here somewhere. I have a rule book for Space Station Zero from Badger Games. It's a Snarling Badger. There we go. Because that one sounded a lot of fun, and you know it was only like $10, so I have the book for it. I do want to learn that one. That one looks like fun. It seems like fun too, and you know it's model agnostic, so I can use whatever. I just, again, it's a book which I've always learned better by having the physical book or whatever in my hand and like going through it. But now I have a problem with, you know, my eyes to where that's difficult. So it's a real fucking stupid, annoying problem I have. It's true scale, not heroic scale. Models are smaller and more anatomic than Warhammer models. Skirmish games, so max 50 models per player. Okay. I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen that. That's cool. Yeah, I've seen this. This is pretty cool. Huge gun. I had a crazy awesome stream session. I had a crazy awesome dream last night about, like, I don't know. It was like another whole ass universe. We were picking, like, trying to defend humanity against shit and getting loadouts for weapons. Like, we were just dropped into like the forward operating post, like, and equipping, you know, weapons to go out there and just fucking fight because we're just getting wrecked by hordes of something. And I was picking up, you know, I was at the armory just like picking weapons out. Grabbed like a fucking, what did they call it? What did I call it in the dream? There was names for the weapons. There were names for the weapons in the dream. Like, it was super detailed, but it was like a belt-fed machine gun. And then a shotgun, and then I was like, I also want a pistol, you know? And they're like, why do you want a pistol? It's not going to do anything to those monsters or whatever. I was like, no, I want the pistol too, because the sidearm, blah, blah, blah. And like, it was so detailed. It and all the weapons. I don't know where my brain comes out with this stuff, but it looked awesome. I woke up going, did I get this from a video game? Did I see this somewhere? Where did these weapon models come from? Like, this looks awesome. Like, I would love to play that game. Yes, I did see the mini, yes. Hey, Chewy, how you doing? It is true skill in here, so it's a skirmish game, so max 50 models. Alpha also comes to mind. Yeah, it's little, yeah. I got that vibe from it, yeah. Yeah, okay. She needs a hood, but yeah. Yeah, I like how ridiculous the guns are. For the werewolf. Or wolf. Oh, she does have a hood. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, whoever did the snow base is also props. I don't know, I've seen, I mean, you showed me quite a few models that look really cool, but man, I can barely afford what I'm doing right now. I can't be buying other models. Like, I can barely afford how I'm acquiring models at this rate, you know? Eventually, I would like to try it out, obviously, because, you know, it looks cool. Like, just painting them looks fun, but... Shit is expensive. Some part is full army, not that many minis. Sometimes, like, maybe I want a lot of minis. I think that's all the Onyx. Go through, because I might be at the point where it's take them off their bases. Let's look. I know I need to do the purity seals. Some of them have purity seals in the back. I might do that next. Need to do some touch-ups. That's going to be towards the end, though. Purity seal. I think the purity seals are going to be the next thing. Then my army was only like 220, and that's after paying overpriced on a box at Adepticon. Probably could have gotten it for $20 cheaper, but I didn't want to wait. That's fair. Yeah, I think purity seals is the next thing, besides general cleanup. Kind of going around trying to see anything I missed up until this point. Yeah, that's gotta be my favorite cloak. Like my favorite style of cloak is definitely this one. I love that look. It's such a nice look. I'm glad I changed the color of the purple. Okay, I'm just glad my goal for minis this year, like the only mini that I was like, I have to get this, like my mini goal for this year was to get Belisarius' Call, and he's currently at my feet. Like I'm poking his box, so I'm happy. Like that was it. That's what I wanted this year. That was my big. I have to get it this year. And general cleanup, but yeah, that's. Oh, forgot that. There we go. See, this is why I do this. Well, I have a year to convince you to play Infinity, so why only a year? Why am I dying in a year or something? Finally, yeah, I got it. I told you, I went in. I just went and bought them. I was like, you know what? Tramo did give me the money for it. Gonna go ahead and buy it. Oh, gotcha. I understand it. Yeah, but that's a year to convince you have a year to convince me to play, but then I also would need time to paint them, build them, buy them. So, you know. Damn Cap out here trying to manifest someone's death. No, just saying, like, you know. I suppose worst case scenario, I make Icky go to Adepticon next year and I teach Battletech in 40k. Fair enough. I was trying to nudge my son into painting some Battletech this week. Just wasn't interested in it right now. I was like, come on, man. Paint with me. But he just wasn't interested in painting this weekend. So he's only painted one. Even though I got him new paints. Wasn't interested. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not manifesting nobody's death. The only thing I'm manifesting is trying to get myself some more McKinney red, because this is, I've been like, it is like the perfect red. I fucking love McKinney. It's bright. It's gorgeous. It's red. .25mm. Alright. We're gonna do some purity seals, which I need. I usually do them as these. And then I already have it out. Basic purity seals. Oh, yeah, I know. There's also 40mm and 55mm. What color? McKinney red. This is, this was Adepticon's color, the Adepticon color from, you know, Cuttlefish Colors. I've already talked to him. Yeah. I've been using it on everything. It's what because it color matches almost perfectly to my my logos and stuff. So this is McKinney red, right? These cloaks are purple to McKinney red. It's such a good color. I fucking love it. I told him, like, hey, if I ever get popular enough, you know, if I ever get good enough to where Creature Caster and Cuttlefish Colors will allow me to have my own color, just relabel McKinney red. I'll take it. That'll be my color, and you can make it forever. I'll steal it. I know you have two. You tell me every stream that you have two. I've got two. I've got two. Well, I got the one. Okay? Don't worry. I already talked to him. This here is an average human being with altered lightning. Yeah, but it's also different. He wasn't part of Creature Caster, you know? I'm not that fancy, you know? I'm not that. I don't play games. I don't do competition painting. I just sit here and talk with people. So, you know. Oh, Tremo, did you ever did you find the shotgun? Did you ever find the other piece? Or is it lost to all time? Play games. I want to play games. Still wondering how the shit I got my name on the paint. Haven't seen hide no hair of it. Oh man. Hey Sig, do you know if it was Pun who shipped out my Mario? Who? Because I let the box was left in his room when we went up there, right? But who took it from there? Do you know? At Adepticon, obviously. It's been a while. Because, it showed up broke. And the piece isn't in the box. Yeah, but if we can find it, you know, if it's sitting on, if it happens to be sitting on somebody's desk and we can ship it to you, I'd like for you to have the full version of what you won, you know? Just called, you know, being decent. And Sig was there the day I left it in Pun's room, so I want to make sure. I want to see if he knows anything. Worst case, the shotgun is in the Renaissance Hotel in Schaumburg. I mean, it depends on if they took it out of the box. You know, if it's on the, like, you know, it just depends. Because when I left it up there, and, you know, we pulled it out and to look at it, it was fine. Nothing was broken. So, you know, it might be on someone's desk. It might, you know. If we can miraculously track it down so that we get what you paid for or what you donated for, get it and glue it back on. But I haven't even even if it doesn't, I'm still happy. Actually, better question for more than this: what adhesive is best for repairing this sort of stuff? So you want to score the resin. So you just want to get a thing and just score the resin. So this is a piece of resin right here, right? You just want to create hatches. You want to score it like this, right? On both sides of whatever you're doing. And then just simple super glue. And it'll hold. It'll hold really well. Like that holder? Thank you. I did too. It's a Grim Grip. The Grim Grips aren't really around anymore, though. Somebody bought the IP and then ran it into the ground. So, yeah. CA works. You just have to create the you have to create the stuff for it to hold on to. You have to score it yourself. Wait, what broke? So one of the shotguns on the Mario base that I donated for MHCP. One of the shotguns broke off of him between when I left it in the hotel room for you guys at Adepticon and from when it got to his place, got to the winner's place, and it's not in the box. So I'm just trying to see if it's around. Yeah, just don't tell anyone. Yeah, right. Is the ball magnet or just a ball? So it's just a massive ball bearing, right? What the magnet is right in here. So it's a super powerful magnet. You can actually get these magnets on Amazon. So these are really powerful magnets on it that you can get. They're pretty great. This is just a metal striker plate. This is just a big ball bearing. So, and I painted this. It didn't come like this. I painted this with Turbo Dork. So it magnetizes there. You got the ball right there. And then on the top here is just another metal striker plate. So, you know, if you want, you can, as long as you get the metal and the wood, you can make this yourself. But, yeah. It's super simple, but I like it because I have really bad hands. I was in the army for too long and got crushed, and my hands suck. So if I can keep it to where I don't have to hold the model, it's better for me. So that's why I like these. And the little cap that I have right here, this is just a protein shake cap that has a metal top, and it just so happened to work perfectly with these. These don't remind me of that debacle. Now that was some. Yeah, I know, right? Ball, the handle, and the flat puck cap have magnets. Yep. Yeah, I already have some countersink magnets like that. Yeah. The ball is just a big ass ball bearing. I'm sure you could get it somewhere. Guys, ad warning in about 1 minute and 20 seconds. There's going to be a 30-second ad, during which I will not be responding to chat because I don't want people to feel left out. Let you guys know when it's about to hit. Security seal. Case code. But Humbler John, I really appreciate you coming in. Welcome. If you have anything you're working on you want to show off, feel free to. Any questions you want to ask, go right ahead. I might not know the answers, but there's a ton of awesome people in this community that probably do know the answers to everything that you want to know. That's it? Okay, fine. Hey, Salamander, how you doing? Yeah, the whole IP debacle for the Grim Grips is exactly why I still have some. Yeah. There's quite a few people who have boxes of them that refuse to put them in their shops because of what happened. The original creator of the Grim Grip, Azrael, amazing guy. The new owner, awful. Alright guys, we can resume this after the ad, so it's going to hit in about 6 seconds. Only 30 seconds, don't hate me for it. BRB. Alright, everyone should be back from the ad. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Humber John. I really appreciate that. Let's see, good day, brother. How you doing? I'm doing awesome, Salamander. I'm having a good day. Pain is low. Normal stuff.